Everyone is racing to build the next groundbreaking AI. But what if I told you the #1 reason most of these projects fail has nothing to do with fancy algorithms or massive computing power? Well, in this explainer, we're going to uncover the overlooked foundation of AI success. It all starts with your data.
This quote it sets the stage perfectly, right? It's a huge reminder that in the world of AI, technology is not a magic wand. You can have the most brilliant algorithm on the planet, but if you build it on a shaky data foundation, the whole thing is destined to collapse.
So, let's talk about that collapse. We call it the AI failure trap, and it's this giant chasm between a great idea and, something that actually works, and the real shocker, the thing that's almost always overlooked. It's not the AI model. Nope, it's the data it was built on.
Now check out this contrast, because this is so important. Projects that go wrong, they're obsessed with the tech, the newest algorithm, the fastest processors. But the ones that succeed, man, they completely flip the script. They start with a clear business need and then focus like a laser on building a rock-solid data foundation. It's a total mindset shift.
Okay, think of it like this. This little sketch here really nails the core idea. The source material calls this phase data understanding, and it's literally the bridge connecting your business goal to a working AI. And if that bridge is wobbly, guess what happens to everything you try to build on top of it? Yeah, it all comes crashing down.
So how do we make sure our bridge is solid? We have to inspect its 4 foundational pillars. And I mean really inspect them. These are the 4 non-negotiable questions you absolutely must answer before a single line of code gets written.
Pillar number 1, it seems so obvious, but it's surprisingly easy to get wrong. Do we even have the right kind of data? It's not just about having tons of data, it's about having the specific data that actually reflects the patterns your AI needs to learn to do its job. And that breaks down into a few key checks. So you got to ask, is this data truly representative of the real world where the AI will actually be used? Or is it some skewed, perfect world version? And is it timely? I mean, an AI trained on last year's data could be completely useless when it faces today's reality.
Okay, on to pillar number 2. So, let's say you found the perfect data set. Awesome. Now, for the million-dollar question, can you actually get your hands on it? This is where so many projects just hit a brick wall.
And that wall can be made of a few different things. You might run into technical hurdles, like data that's trapped in some ancient system. There could be serious legal or privacy restrictions. Or, and this one's super common, the data's locked away in some other department's silo, and suddenly getting access becomes a political turf war.
All right, now for the 3rd pillar, and this is a big one, data quality. With old-school software, you could kind of work around some messy data. But AI, it's a completely different beast. It is way, way less forgiving. Poor quality data doesn't just create bugs. It creates an AI that's useless or even dangerous.
A great way to think about this is using the 4 V's. First, volume. Just how much data do you have? Then, variety. What's it look like? Is it in neat, structured tables, or is it a mess of unstructured text and images? Velocity. How fast is new data pouring in? And maybe the most important, veracity. Can you actually trust this stuff? Is it reliable and consistent?
This brings us to our 4th and final pillar, and this might just be the most important one of all. Do we truly understand the hidden biases and the limitations baked into our data? Because here's the really scary part. AI doesn't just use bias, it puts it on steroids. It amplifies it, often creating unfair or risky outcomes at a massive scale.
So you see, tackling bias isn't just some box-ticking exercise for the legal team. It's about performing essential safety checks on our bridge. This is the difference between just building AI and building trustworthy AI. And luckily, we have a playbook for this, a clear 4-step process. 1. Confirm the data was sourced ethically. 2. Actively hunt for biases in it. 3. Validate everything against all your privacy and governance rules. And 4. Make sure the data can support the level of transparency your project needs. Trust me, getting this right up front is going to save you a world of pain later.
Okay, so we've inspected the 4 pillars, we've run our safety checks, now it's time for the final inspection. This is that moment of truth, the go/no-go checklist that tells you if you are genuinely ready to start building that AI model. Think of this checklist as your final pre-flight check. It's where you confirm everything. You have a full inventory? Check. Access is verified? Check. Quality is assessed? Check. All the risks and governance issues are cleared. Crucially, does your data actually fit the type of AI you're planning to build? And finally, do you have a plan to keep it up to date? You need a hard yes on all 7 of these before you move on.
And let's be crystal clear. Only when every single one of those boxes is checked is your data foundation truly strong enough for what's next. Jumping straight to the algorithm without this diligence is the single biggest mistake you can make. It's a massive gamble that almost never pays off. Which leaves us with one final, critical question for you to think about. I know everyone's excited about the algorithm they're going to build, all the amazing things it will do. But the real question, the one that's going to make or break your entire project, is this. Is your data ready for it?